Welcome back to another video. If you are joining us for the first time, please feel free to subscribe and help this channel to grow. Today, I'll be reacting to what I'd like to call a royal meltdown. The reaction today is about the British media and how the British media seem to be having a meltdown over Harry and Meghan's visit to Jamaica to attend the One Love Bob Marley movie premiere. So I'll be taking a look at some of the stuff that the media in the UK have to say about it. And it just seemed to be this big media frenzy about their visit to Jamaica. So let's just take a look and we'll react together.
And Harry and Meghan have been branded insensitive after making a surprise visit to Jamaica, where they posed with the country's Prime Minister who wants to ditch the monarchy.
The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were pictured with Andrew Holness at the premiere of a new Bob Marley film, One Love, with Harry telling the Prime Minister, "I had to be here." They were also spotted talking to Marlene Malahou Forte, a Jamaican minister who has hinted that her country could soon sever ties with the monarchy. Well, joining us now to discuss this and more is Talk TV's royal commentator Rupert Bell. I mean, this is the latest in a long list of antics by the pair. Are they just deaf, dumb and blind when it comes to who they're fraternising with? Or do you think there was an edge of malice by going somewhere and getting their selfies done with people who, frankly, don't seem to like the royal family?
They know what they're doing. They're not stupid. This suits their optics, seem to be going out there. They know it will create controversy. It's as simple as that. Harry saying he had to be there. Well, yes, it may be a great film, and Bob Marley is a much revered character by many people for what he did for his country. Now, clearly, though, there is the optics of Jamaica looking to do what Barbados does and sever their links with the crown. And, you know, there's nothing strange about that, bearing in mind that William and Kate's visit to Jamaica, the optics weren't brilliant for that visit, and certainly lessons have been learned. But this, in a more informal case, seems that Meghan and Harry once again are looking for a photograph, whereas I have to say his aviation award didn't get all the right sort of headlines and didn't really attract much publicity, but this clearly has. And for Meghan and Harry, it's what they want, to ruffle a few feathers along the way.
My guess, Rupert, is that this couple don't get that many invitations to major Hollywood premieres anymore. They've become kind of pariahs in Tinseltown. But when Harry said to the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Britain royal-hating Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, "I had to be here," the truth is he absolutely did not have to be there. So the question is why are they there? Why have they gone out of their way to attend this little premiere of a film that will be on Netflix this time next week, to cozy up to a Prime Minister who wants to sever all ties with Britain, and a minister who said we need to move on from the British monarchy. And this is a guy, they hate the Commonwealth, and this is a guy, Prince Harry is a guy appointed by his beloved grandmother. He used to be the president of the Commonwealth Trust. His grandmother cherished the Commonwealth very much. I think he's disrespecting her by doing this, don't you?
Again, they just look to be trying to seem relevant, and coming to this maybe in some way they seem relevant. But again, they do feel that they're trying hard. Now, he's always about his security issues. Well, going to Jamaica might not always be, you know, they have security issues there. He's happy just to get out there and seem to be photographed, to try and give themselves something that they are important. But a premiere in Kingston, Jamaica, okay, maybe about one of the great Jamaican characters and people of modern times, but all the same, it clearly is what they're trying to achieve is, again, trying to show that they have a part to play. But for the royal family, it will be another eye-rolling moment and thinking, well, goodness me, what's he going to do next? And that seems to be always the way at the moment, particularly with the royal family having other issues to concern about, health the Princess of Wales, and indeed the King's own health as well. So there's a lot going on, but you can't stop Meghan and Harry deciding to try and take centre stage and cause more frustrations for members of the royal family.
Well done, Rupert. Great to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time. Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so where do I start? There's this popular song back in the 90s in Jamaica called "Leave People Business Alone." Leave people business alone, leave people business and mind your own. So this video is not to talk about what's happening with the royal family in terms of Meghan and Harry. Like that's not my business as a Jamaican. What's happening there is none of our business. So this video, this reaction is not to talk about them. That's family drama, and we all have family drama, so I'm staying out of the family drama. I think with this video, I think I really take offense, and I know a lot of Jamaicans and friends of Jamaicans and people across the world can feel the undertone of the disrespect. Like, yes, you have a problem with Meghan and Harry, and the media will always follow them and find some mud. But my thing about this is, why the disrespect of an entire nation, on national TV? A lot of misinformation, a lot of seem to be like belittling, our leaders, in particular our Prime Minister. A part of the clip spoke about this little film that's going to be on Netflix by the next couple of weeks. That's Bob Marley is like to Jamaica what the royal family is to England. So the blatant disrespect, so that is what, I hope to address with this reaction. And one of the things that I'm happy about is that for decades, like we have traditional media, and we take whatever thing they spew from their platform as gospel. And there are millions of people across the world that are watching the media, have no idea what's going on. So for me, this video is just to correct a lot of those misinformation and a lot of those disrespect that I felt coming through the video towards our country, Jamaica, and towards just us as a people, our independence, and the slight disrespect that was thrown at the Bob Marley film. So that's what I hope to address with this video. And I'm going to take my time and break it down. And so hopefully people will watch and learn, a bit of Jamaican history. Okay, so first I feel like I should address like that the disrespect of, our legend, Bob Marley, the disrespect of the film. This Harry and Meghan being there should not be a distraction to the red carpet. And to come out and to blatantly disrespect talking about this little film that's going to be on Netflix in 2 weeks. This little film has been something that millions of people worldwide have been awaiting for over 20 years. Millions of people. So to come out and use your platform to disrespect our legend, just imagine someone from Jamaica saying something like that about the Beatles, about the group The Police, about Elton John, about David Beckham. Just imagine, like, those great, like, England have produced some of the greatest boy bands in history, the history of this world. Like their music have sold millions across the world. Like people rock to those British boy bands back in the days and today also. Just imagine a biopic coming out about the Beatles and someone using their platform to say, oh, this little film, like these, they did nothing or whatever. That's how I took it. When they use their platform to belittle, going after Meghan and Harry, but somehow finding a way to belittle the premiere of the film. And I don't think that is cool. And just the agenda to Meghan and Harry was on the red carpet. They took pictures with hundreds of people. They took pictures with a lot of people in Jamaica. They took pictures with the Marleys. They took pictures with the politicians. They took pictures with the president of Paramount and his wife. And they took pictures with a lot of people. And to use a platform and to point out just 2 pictures of politicians as if this premiere was a political agenda. Like they went to Jamaica not because of their relationship with Jamaicans. Like people know that Harry have this fund for Jamaica for a long time, and they have relationships in Jamaica. And to make it seem as if them visiting Jamaica was a political agenda, and that Jamaica was some enemy to the royal family. It is just crazy. So that is the first thing, I would just like to put out there. Like I found that was really disrespectful, and that a big platform like that to use their platform to come after, like Jamaica is a dot, to come after, a small island nation and a legend that came out of that nation. I just found that very irresponsible. Okay, number 2. The second thing that I feel that, I have to address is, Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, calling him the royal hating Prime Minister. Where is that coming from? That's what I would like to know. How does a country, Jamaica, an independent country that gained independence in 1962, how does a country with ambition to become a republic makes our prime minister an enemy of the royals? How does that work? Jamaica is an independent country. 1962, and all there is now is the ambitions of Jamaicans, not the prime minister. Jamaicans, everyday Jamaicans, wanting to be a republic and want the prime minister to fulfill that agenda. How does that equate to Andrew Holness being a royal hating prime minister? That's mind-boggling to me. Like, since our independence, Jamaica is one of the places that the Queen visited the most. The Queen visited Jamaica 6 times. There's not much country. I think maybe Canada and a few other countries that she have visited more times than Jamaica. A tiny dot, Jamaica. And every time from 1962, when we gained independence, when Princess Margaret came to do the honors, the independent honors, from 1962 until her last visit to Jamaica, like Jamaicans have been nothing but warm and welcoming to the royal. Jamaicans, like, some people have criticized Jamaicans of how they just love the royal family so much. Every single visit, there's footages on YouTube, every single visit from like I was a child until her last visit in 2022, 2020, I think, no, 2002. That, I think that was the last time the Queen visited. And every visit until the last one, what happened? Schools were closed. They closed school for the day. They, kids, people took off from work. They lined the street of Kingston. Hundreds of thousands of people lined the street of Kingston to get a glimpse of the motorcade of the Queen, coming into Kingston. So I don't get it. Like, where is this coming from? How does Jamaica's ambition to be a republic equates to, our prime minister being a royal, like, hating prime minister? And these are the type of stuff that, I'm happy that, in the times that we're living in, there are like social media, people can come and fact check, these misinformation and these lies that mainstream media, at times will spread. Jamaicans had a lot of respect for the Queen. Jamaicans had a lot of love for the Queen. And I've had the privilege of working on 2 events that when the Queen came to Jamaica. In 1994, and the last event. So 2002, I had the privilege of working on, I think that was the last royal event that the Queen attended in Jamaica. And I had the privilege to work on that. And that was like the highlight of my career in hospitality, because in that moment I became a part of a small group of people in Jamaica and probably anywhere else in the Commonwealth that had the privilege of working on an event, serving the Queen for the second time. 1994 and 2002 was the second, and it was a highlight. We became a small group of people that did that. We were a part of a elite group, banquet group in Kingston, a part of the Jamaica Pegasus hotel group, and yeah, it was a fun experience. I remember. Let me share a story. Like the event that was the icing on the cake was took place at the Jamaica House, the resident of the Governor General, and we prepped 2 weeks. I think we prepped for this event. Like the food and beverage manager that worked at the castle with the royal family, they came to Jamaica. Everybody had to, the procedure, everyone that was a part of that team had to, do like background check with, I think what they call Scotland Yard, like the British version of the FBI. And we had to train for 2 weeks. It wasn't just like a regular banquet service. We were like marching like soldiers. We had to be synchronized service, and we did a lot of training. And the day of the event, we went to the Jamaica House, and we were there, and it was like nerve-wracking because Jamaica Pegasus, we had the opportunity to do that event, and managers were nervous because nothing can go wrong serving a royal event. And we were there nervous, and we were going over a last-minute training and everything, and the Queen made an appearance. Like, she just came down the steps of the Jamaica House, this grand appearance, and as she came down with her husband and the Governor General, at the time, the light just went out. Like the place just went dark. Like, and, I remember like us, like the light was gone for a long time. And then they had to make the call that, you know what, we're going to do this in the dark. And it was a big write-up in the paper the next day. And Jamaica had these lampshade at the time called the Home Sweet Home lamps. And, to see like in the Jamaica Gleaner the next day, like, royal visit, home sweet home. And you see the big lamp on the table in front of the Queen, and we were just serving in the dark. And because of what happened, we got so many good reviews because of our ability to just continue despite what was happening. So I'm saying all of this to say that Jamaicans and our leaders have always had a good relationship with the royal family. And our ambition to become a republic has nothing to do with like royal hating prime minister. No, like Jamaicans are very proud people. We're very ambitious people, and we always want to be the best in the world in anything that we do. And so Jamaicans' ambition to be a republic has nothing to do. So I just wanted to put that out there. And for people who are watching, who you're watching those like British report and you see all this like nonsense like spewing like, royal 18 prime minister. No, nothing like that. So I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so, and the final thing I would like to address is when they stated in that video that the prime minister, they hate the Commonwealth. It's a prime minister that hates the Commonwealth. Nonsense. What is the Commonwealth? The Commonwealth is a voluntary organization that you can volunteer as a country to be a part of. And what is interesting is that the Commonwealth is made up of 56 nations. Out of the 56 nations, only 15 of the 56 nations are still under British rule. Jamaica is in that 15th. So, what is interesting, or what people should know, that is not because you are a republic that means you are going to exit the Commonwealth. Because as stated, there's 56 nations in the Commonwealth. Of most are independent. Jamaica is independent, but we still operate under the Westminster system. And becoming a republic, we would have the option to operate differently. We would choose a president, and we could change how we run our country politically. A republic giving more power to the people and the vote of the people, the agenda of the majority of the people matters the most. So that is important to point out. And Jamaica ambition to become a republic does not necessarily mean that Jamaica is going to exit the Commonwealth, because Canada is still a part of the Commonwealth. Canada is a massive country, still a part of the Commonwealth. Australia, massive country, still a part of the Commonwealth. So Jamaica becoming a republic has nothing to do with whether or not it remains in the Commonwealth. And the Commonwealth, what is interesting too is that why is the Commonwealth there? And the Commonwealth responsibility, or that group that, that of that 56 nation, the Commonwealth would provide like development, social development for nations that are part of the Commonwealth. It says political development and economic development. And what is important to note that for the past 40 or so years, younger Jamaicans that have become more educated, that have been, traveling across the world and making a name for themselves, who would return to Jamaica and would realize that something is missing. Like, we are still under the British rule, we're part of the Commonwealth, but when you look in Jamaica, what is missing? The Commonwealth, social development, economical development, and political stability and development. That's what it provides. And when young Jamaicans return and they look and they see the development of Jamaica, they see US, the Americans, in terms of high-speed internet technology and, our banking infrastructure. We see Canada, like half of the banks in Jamaica are Canadian banks. We see China in terms of the highway infrastructure. We see like Spain, we see like Russia, we see the United Arab Emirates in terms of development of like hotels and tech companies, call centers. We see all these developments going on. And what is missing? Like major development from the British government. And a lot of people have called into question, why is there a lack of development? Why is it that when Jamaica engages with the British government, I think one of the last thing that upset a lot of people was that they wanted to give like a state-of-the-art prison to Jamaica, and people were wondering like, why is this the only investment that you want to invest in Jamaica, in prison? So yeah, I just wanted to clear, stuff like this up. I think, it's irresponsible for media people to just put stuff out there. There are a lot of Jamaicans in the UK. If you're going to run story and talk about, Jamaicans and our ambition for to be a republic, there's a lot of Jamaican business people. There are politicians in the UK that are of Jamaican background. Call someone, have a reasonable conversation, and the facts can come out. Why is it that Jamaica want to be a republic instead of like belittling the country and saying that we are like a royal hating, we hate the Commonwealth? Nonsense. So I just felt that, I needed to clear some of those stuff up. And I hope, you have learned something from this video, and feel free to, share this content, feel free to like, and if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe so you'll be updated when we have our, new content going up. So thank you for watching, and peace. I'm out.